SmackDown took place tonight in San Jose, California, as we are now just 1 week away until WrestleMania. We are coming off the worst SmackDown of the year, one of the worst SmackDowns of all time, which was last week's show, which took place in St. Louis. And this week was certainly a better show. And that's not saying much. The bar was literally buried in the fucking ground, so all they had to do was not trip, and they did that. I still thought they stumbled a bit, to be honest, and it was also better than the show 2 weeks ago, which was also awful. So you have that going for it, but it's not saying much. So outside, Cody Rhodes was talking to Nick Aldis. This was like right outside the parking lot, and it's still bright outside. It's in California, actually, so it's a few hours behind my time zone. But Cody's asking Nick Aldis where Pat McAfee is. And then fucking Jelly Roll appears. Why is Jelly Roll still here? What purpose does he have? I hate that they're using Pat McAfee in this role, but I mean, they're using him now, so he at least serves a purpose. Even though it's really just about LRMania promoting his client. Hey, I mean, you can't say that Pat's a part of the story. Why is Jelly Roll still fucking here? Why? Anyway, Jelly Roll's there, and I'm thinking, oh, right away. We're going right to fucking Jelly Roll? Why? Anyway, Cody and Jelly against Randy and Pat, like literally fuck off. I don't care anymore. When we saw that, I'm just, oh my god, Jelly Roll still. So, Rhea Ripley formally kicked off the show. She was the first person who came out in front of the live crowd. She called out Jade Cargill, but instead her best friend, sometimes more than that, Io Sky comes out instead. She's still selling the caning she got from Raw. Io wants to face Jade tonight. Then Nick Aldis comes out and makes the match official for the main event for tonight's SmackDown. We see Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, and then Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair backstage, and we get Bayley coming out next for her match with Alexa. So I just wanted to mention this. Bayley actually went to Alexa Bliss's party last weekend in California. I think Alexa and her husband are having a party. Anyway, I just mentioned that Bayley was there, and also Liv Morgan was there, if I'm not mistaken, and I think Raquel Rodriguez. So I guess Bayley, her and Alexa are friendly, I guess. Unlike Bayley's best friend, who I'm not sure what her relationship was with Alexa Bliss. Of course, I'm talking about Sasha Banks, now known as Mercedes Moné. I know her and Sasha and Alexa never had the best relationship, if you know what I mean. There's always rumors of heat, but it's not much with Bayley. Anyway, after Bayley came out, Alexa Bliss came out to a pop. She was with Charlotte, who, by the way, also did an interview talking about Alexa. She credits Alexa with saving her career. That's absolutely true. Last year at WrestleMania, Charlotte was so hated. The feud with Tiffany was a disaster. The match was awful at WrestleMania. And, she was going nowhere. Then, she got paired with Alexa, and it saved her career. So I'm glad Alexa acknowledged her for that. And then we get Alexa Bliss and Bayley. So, a little trivia here. The first pay-per-view / PLA ever reviewed on this channel was actually Payback in 2017, and it was Alexa Bliss against Bayley, and that was in Bayley's hometown of San Jose, California, and Bayley was the Raw Women's Champion. She lost it to Alexa Bliss unexpectedly on that show in the same venue, so they're wrestling again. Things come full circle 9 years later, right? So fans love Bayley, and it was funny because I like that we got Bayley. The fans were cheering for Bayley because Alexa got to be the goddess for once, and we kind of got to see heel Alexa Bliss goddess era from like a decade ago, or less than a decade ago, maybe now. That was actually kind of cool. So they're having a decent match. I think they do well together, these two, because they kind of wrestle at the same pace. Bayley isn't too fast, so Alexa's not fast either, so like they're kind of at the same pace, and they did well. I thought they have decent chemistry. Charlotte distracted Bayley. Alexa got a win with a roll-up. So they gave Bliss the win. Bayley was coming off that win over Lash Legend on Raw. And no Lash tonight, no Nia tonight. That's a good thing, but they weren't on the show. So I did get some NXT nostalgia from this match. They were like the one of the early class of NXT. So whenever you see some of the early ones, Bayley, Charlotte, Alexa, Becky Lynch, of course, Sasha Banks, Dana Brooke was there, Carmella. Some of those early women of NXT is always nostalgia for me because that was the first class at the Performance Center. So Matt Cardona was talking to Carmelo Hayes in the trainer's room, and Trick Williams and fucking Lil fucking Yachty was there. Who cares? Fuck this guy. Yachty sets up a match between Trick and Matt Cardona. Oh my god, fuck this guy. So we got a Drew McIntyre video promo on Jacob Fatu. He cut it from a prison cell, which was actually pretty good. It's just with WWE, it's overproduced, and they have to add all this theatrical music. It would have come off a lot better if Drew was just like sitting in a prison cell, cutting a promo, just with no music, no edits, no close-ups, no loud noises. I think that would have actually come off better. So we got Kathy Kelly interviewing Jacob Fatu backstage right after that promo. And Kathy looking great, by the way. And then Solo and the MFT walk up to Jacob. I'm sorry, Solo needs to be cut. He's just awful. He's atrocious. He's a ratings killer. He's the reason why SmackDown's ratings are so poor. He kills the ratings. He needs to be let go. He's awful. The MFT's awful. They're trying to make him into this tough mafia figure. He's horrendous at it. He doesn't come off convincing. He looks like shit. He looks like a goofball. He needs to go, Solo. It leads to a match being set up between Jacob and Tama. Royce Keys had a video package. I think they waited too long to debut him, in my opinion. Not too many people care anymore, but they did work tonight. So we see him walking backstage. He had quite the entrance. He got hip-hop music that wasn't made by Def Rebel. So anytime you don't have a Def Rebel theme song, you're on the right track. At least I can say that. And he faced Berto from Los Garza. Angel Garza was there as well. Keys smashed him as you'd expect. He won his debut. Then we see Pat McAfee arriving in the frickin' parking lot. He talks, and Nick Aldis affirms that nobody in WWE is allowed to touch him, and that came from above. So when it comes from above, isn't that like a movie, a sci-fi movie in the 50s? It came from above. Well, it comes from above. That means it comes from TKO. That's what we're talking about here. So Jelly Roll confronts Pat McAfee. I'm thinking, you're making people hate Jelly Roll, and that's a hard thing to do because Jelly Roll came off as such a babyface on that WWE Unreal documentary after that SummerSlam match when he actually lost, and people gained respect for him. He actually had a decent match. He took that bump from Logan Paul when he took that frog splash through the announce booth at SummerSlam. He lost. People actually began to like him. Now you're turning everyone against him because he's overexposed. Why is Jelly Roll here? There's no purpose for Jelly Roll. There is a purpose for Pat, even though I don't like it. He is now incorporated into the story, unfortunately. But with Jelly Roll, why is he here? I don't get it. Anyway, he's like confronting Pat McAfee. He shoves him up against the wall. I'm thinking, fuck you, LRMania. Fuck Mark Shapiro and TKO. And I don't want to turn on Nick Khan because he's such a great businessman. But damn it, Nick. Can you at least tell them no? I mean, Hunter, I've lost all faith in Paul Levesque too. So anyway, fuck TKO. That's all I can say about this. Kathy Kelly interviewed Royce Keys after his match. Then Solo confronts him. Says the door is always open. Feel right away. That's a killer for Royce. You're paired with Solo Sikoa. He's already cursed, as Danhausen would say. You get paired with Solo, you feud with Solo, your career goes to shit because he drains everyone down because he's so fucking terrible. No one cares about him. He has no charisma. His matches suck. His promos suck. He drains the life out of you. Like, no one's interested whenever he wrestles. He's a career killer. Solo is fucking horrible. He's actually a real career killer. Worse than Gunther is. Anyway, at least you got to look at Kathy. I'll say that. So Pat McAfee was up next. He was flipping off the crowd. He called San Jose a shithole. Flips him off some more. He calls out CM Punk. Mentions the controversies with Punk. And he's basically calling Punk a sellout. I mean, some people have said that about him. Called him a fraud. I just think, okay, I get it. Punk said stuff about him on Raw, but why is he spending so much time on CM Punk when like the whole thing is about Cody Rhodes and WrestleMania? Like, he's not going to face CM Punk unless he is. Maybe he's going to have Randy Orton against CM Punk at Backlash. I don't know. I fucking hope not. But like, why did Punk? There's too much focus with him in Punk because with Punk, he has his own thing with Roman. I mean, there's no payoff for Punk and Pat. At least I hope not. Then he's trying to beat The Rock too hard, in my opinion. He announced 25% off of all WrestleMania tickets. I think they're partnering with Ram, who got Bruce's pickup trucks. Then Cody Rhodes comes out. He mentions the Attitude Era was 30 years ago. Cody panders to the crowd. He mentioned Pat calling people marks and what was he calling them? IWC and Marks. He's saying, the fans are family. I'm thinking, okay. That's just Cody pandering too much. When, Pat calls him a politician, it's kind of, no, you're not wrong. Cody panders way too much with the stuff. So they're definitely trying to get the fans not to boo Cody. I definitely felt that. Pat says Cody is a cosplay champion. He says if Randy doesn't win, you'll never see him in the WWE again. And then, as Cody was walking away, Pat said Cody's a politician. He's going to suck Triple H's ass. He actually said, I thought he was going to say dick, but he didn't. He said ass. It would have been more effective if he said the other thing. But I was thinking, did he just call him a cocksucker or something? But no. He didn't actually say that word. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful or mean to anything, but I thought, did he actually refer to Cody as that? No. It was sucking his ass. It was like, oh, that's weird. Because no one else can ever say that, but only Pat can because it's TKO. So, Cody goes after him. Randy appears on the screen. He attacked Jelly Roll, and it took all the it just takes the wind out of the sails. Jelly Roll. Randy jumps Cody. Jelly Roll gets back in the ring. He chokes McAfee. Randy hits him. Randy hit Cody in the head with the belt. Why the fuck is Jelly Roll there? Seriously. We see Randy and Pat walking backstage. Then they leave in Pat's Ram truck. Jacob Fatu is out next. Miz and Kit Wilson confront Nick Aldis about the referee from last week. Miz shouldn't be on this company anymore. He gets way too much TV time. I'd rather see Tiffany Stratton tonight than the fucking Miz. Why do I have to see the Miz on my TV screen in the year 2026? Why? Get him out of here. He's done. He's washed. He's done. He can leave. Go somewhere else, Miz. Fuck off. Fuck all the way off. Anyway, Danhausen against Kit Wilson tonight. Oh my god. No one wants to see Danhausen wrestle. I mean, remember McAfee said last week we don't want to see 5'5" guys. I think Danhausen's actually 5'5". We got Jacob Fatu against Tama Tonga. Jacob got the win as you'd expect. Drew jumps Jacob from behind after the match. He hits a Claymore kick, then hits a Future Shock DDT on the floor. Drew pulls out handcuffs, cuffs Jacob to the post, but this was not a good segment because it kept botching. Jacob kept slipping off. I don't know what the issue was. It looked like the other handcuff wouldn't cuff, and Jacob, his hand kept going free from it. That's what I saw from, at least from a distance. So the cuffs kept breaking. Drew eventually just hit a Claymore. He whipped him with the belt. I didn't think this was needed. I don't think so. I think it would have just been fine if Drew hit him with the Claymore and beat him with a chair or something. I don't think they needed to do the handcuff thing because it didn't really work. And the blood, they did do some blood here, but it really it kind of cleared up too fast. We go backstage. R-Truth teaches how to download the ESPN app. Danhausen was with them. Then Damian Priest walked by. They argue about Danhausen being Asuka, whatever. Then Rhea Ripley beats up B-Fab in the back. She lays her out. So I don't think Damian Priest is getting on the show. So I think he's another name that's going to miss WrestleMania. No Damian Priest, no Carmelo Hayes, no Tiffany Stratton, no Julia. Probably no Io Sky having a match, who will be at WrestleMania, but not having a match. I don't think they're going to do the Asuka match. Sami Zayn was out next. He talks about being booed by the fans. He's turning heel. Then Trick interrupts him with little fucking Yachty, and he's killing it. Fuck Yachty. He did all the talking. Cardona came out. We get Matt Cardona and Trick Williams. Sammy hit a haluva kick on Yachty. Trick hit a trick shot to win the match on Cardona. So I mentioned no Tiffany Stratton or no Julia on this show. So they won't be at WrestleMania. Neither will Chelsea Green, who I believe did an interview not too long ago saying she's going to be on the sidelines watching. We did get Danhausen wrestling. That's what we wanted. He faced Kit Wilson. Danhausen curses Kit. Pyro goes off from one of the ring posts and allows Danhausen to win. I'm just thinking, why the fuck is Miz still here? He went to attack Danhausen. Why are you in this company, Miz? Get the fuck away. Go do something else. You've made so much money. So Jade found Mishin was attacked backstage. Rhea jumped her, obviously. They preview next week's show. Then they preview WrestleMania. I'll just say this. Maybe I'm just not that into WrestleMania. I haven't paid as much attention to the card. It doesn't feel anything special. It's just not very good. It's just not a good card. It's not awful. But it's I know how Triple H books PLEs now. I have very low expectations for this WrestleMania, and to be honest, I'm at the point where I think it might be a worse show than last year, and that's saying something because I hated last year's WrestleMania. It was one of the worst WrestleManias in years, in a decade, probably since 32 at least. Um, yeah, I have no confidence this show's gonna be better because all the PLEs have just not delivered. The Rumble was horrible. This year was not good. Chamber I thought was worse than the Rumble. Survivor Series wasn't any good. Uh, yeah, I mean the last show I kind of liked that's a major show was SummerSlam. But I have no confidence WrestleMania is going to be any good this year. Even if it's a better show, the one thing I'll say about last year is I don't expect there to be any matches that are as good as the two triple threat matches from last year. Even though I thought last year was a bad WrestleMania, I don't think none of the women's matches are going to be in the same ballpark or the same vicinity as Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. And I don't expect any of the men's matches to be as good as the men's triple threat from night one between CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. So low expectations for this show, even if it does end up being a better overall show than last year, which is a very low bar. So it's not hard for this show to surpass last year, but I have doubts it will. And that's pretty sad. So Rhea was talking to Io Sky backstage. Io told Rhea to stay in the back. Io Sky was in the ring after the break, and then Jade made her entrance for the main event. We got Io Sky and Jade Cargill, just an awkward main event that felt like a match that would have worked better earlier in the show. Jade won the match with Jaded. Afterwards, she brought a chair. Rhea ran out. Jade retreated as the show ended. Odd ending. It felt like they were rushed for time. It actually felt like they went overtime, and that just did not work at all. Pretty bad ending to SmackDown, and yeah, another down show. SmackDown is awful. SmackDown's been the worst show WWE has had all year. It's gone back to where it was last year. And last year, I thought SmackDown was the worst show. It's become worse, and Raw has kind of gone back to where it was last year. And at the beginning of the year, it seemed like SmackDown was actually improving a lot while Raw went down. Now it's back to where it was last year. Raw is okay most weeks. SmackDown is just fucking horrendous. It's a dumpster fire. And, I mean, this show, again, was it better than last week? Yes. Okay. That's like saying I got a D on my exam instead of an F. Okay? Okay. Is it better than 2 weeks ago? Yes. Very low bar. Very low bar. Again, the bar is planted in the frickin' ground. All you have to do is not trip over it. Better than 3 weeks ago? I don't even remember that show. So, I don't know. I don't enjoy SmackDown too much. And, yeah. We're there. The road to WrestleMania is practically over. We have one more show before we're in Las Vegas. So, one more show outside of Las Vegas. That's Raw this Monday in Sacramento, which is the go-home show. And it's been another lackluster, disappointing, weird, odd, a lot of WTF moments, a lot of moments where you really question the booking, a lot more than last year. 2 years in a row, the road to WrestleMania has been lackluster. And I do not have any confidence that WrestleMania will be a good show. I mean, look, it has all the same patterns as last year. The build-up was bad. The venue is the same. They're in the same location, same city. Why should I expect this show to be better than last year? And, all the matches aren't that much different. It's a lot of the same names, same top guys. I have no confidence WrestleMania 42 will be better than WrestleMania 41. And I thought after last year, for sure next year, WrestleMania 42 will be better. How can it be any worse? WrestleMania 41 was horrible. It was one of the worst WrestleManias in years. And that's sad because, 40 was an amazing show. 39 was an amazing show. 38 was actually a really good show. I thought 37 was at least decent. They had such a great run of WrestleManias, and last year was just horrible. So, I really don't have much faith at all. Triple H isn't the only issue, but the booking's terrible. The PLEs suck. And that's not just with SmackDown being a bad show. Yes, it doesn't need to be 3 hours. But even if it was 2 hours last year, it was a bad show. SmackDown's a bad show. Raw is, as I said, it's okay most weeks. But the PLEs suck. Every PLE is bad. Like, there's not been a good PLE in a very long time. And that's another issue with Triple H. And I have no confidence in this booking team. No confidence in a lot of the wrestlers who perform. I think the booker's an idiot. I shouldn't say he's an idiot. I think he's just trying to keep his job. He's just trying to keep TKO happy, and they're the biggest issue at the end of it. TKO. So is what it is. I'm not happy with where things are going. I'm going to talk a lot about more. I might do another video about this. Yeah, I really have not enjoyed this. For me, 2 years in a row, the road to WrestleMania has been disappointing. I have no confidence WrestleMania 42 will be a good show, and that's sad. So yeah, I mean the road to WrestleMania is almost over now, and it's just for the second consecutive year, it's been a lackluster build.